We know processed foods is no good for you. This should not be a debate.
This is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Hello, and welcome to the Think Tank, where we use critical thinking, deductive reasoning, and just a pinch of common sense to draw unbiased logical conclusions. Today, we're here to talk about MAHA and something they might have gotten right, something that I've agreed with from the beginning, since I am not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, and I can look at things and call it down the middle for the most part, and do my best to. And with a critical thinking community such as yourselves, we want to get things right. We don't want to be on one side and not the other. But here to discuss MAHA is my co-host, who's always with me, the Honorable Dion Powell. Dion, we missed you. Welcome back. Not having you for the live sucked.
Oh man, does it feel great to be out here in sunny, undisclosed location? Isn't that great? I'm District Leader Dion Powell from the Bronx Conservative Party, community consultant and strategic solutionist. And full disclosure for this segment, I'm the former National African Affairs Director for American Values 2024, a PAC by now Secretary Robert F. Kennedy when he ran for president. But damn, those Democrats sure trying to change the rules in the DNC. So even if he won every state, he couldn't win the Democratic primary, pushing them into Uncle Trump's arms. So MAHA, or MAHAGA, as I like to say, make America healthy and great again, is something that we're going to talk about because I have some good receipts for you guys.
Well, it does appear that San Francisco, city in California,
Is it?
is, I believe so, right? San Francisco, Cali, going back to Cali, is suing food companies over processed food, as we've known for decades that they cause obesity, diabetes in children, which is something that's, according to the doctors that are affiliated with the lawsuit, something that has never been seen before, high blood pressure, and many other ailments. Processed food is terrible for you, such as cereals and, processed meats and what have you. Dion, I do believe that your PAC was saying the same thing.
Well, the MAHA movement, because American Values is the PAC side, but they're making a MAHA PAC. Some other rebranding, I think. I could be wrong. I'm the former, so I can't speak to that. The MAHA movement is in full support of these efforts, spearheaded by Secretary Kennedy. However, for my research on this situation, Secretary Kennedy is not really involved, as opposed to this being more of a local issue they're taking on. Coincidentally, it mirrors what Secretary Kennedy's about, even though they should give him credit. But of course, those Democrats can't do that.
Well, I can give him credit. From the very beginning, I've been against what he was doing with the vaccinations, but I've supported what he did with the processed foods, with the dyes. I've been in 100% support, as you well know. And this is what calling it down the middle using critical thinking is. You have to look at each individual thing and attempt to take your personal feelings out of it and use your thinking cap. In this particular case, we know processed foods is no good for you. This should not be a debate.
Just because Secretary Kennedy said it doesn't mean it's not true.
Right. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. And it's weird because isn't San Francisco a blue area?
Of course.
So here we have MAHA under the Trump administration, and we have the blue saying the same thing, and yet they can't find the common ground to say it together. I mean, I'm against a lot of the stuff that MAHA represents. I'm against a lot of stuff that MAGA represents. But when we have things that we can come together on, this might be an opportunity to find other things, other paths for us to come together and work together instead of saying, you know what, we're doing this too, and ignoring the fact that we have common ground. And we need to find these common grounds, especially during these troubling times when we have wars being declared both in the state and out of the state. Well, in the country, we'll talk about that later. We've had a previous segment where we discussed what's going on in Venezuela, and we, as Americans, have common grounds. We care about our kids. We care about our health. And if we have common ground, we can come together and say, stop the processed foods. Why don't we work together on the things that we can work together on? We have enough to fight about. We have more than enough to fight about. We have common ground. This is something that me and Dion have been agreeing on since we started this back in February or January, whenever it was. Here it is 11, 12 months later, and we're still in agreement on it. We disagree about a lot, but here we are, and these are things that we can come together and agree on. I apologize, Dion. Is there anything you got on it? Hey, everybody. This is your boy, Leo. You know me. I've been doing commercials for 15 years, television commercials, radio ads, billboards. Now I'm trying to step it into the big leagues. I want to be an independent filmmaker. I've got the degrees, I've got the experience, and I need your help to make my first independent film, Garot. So Garot is Boys in the Hood meets Clue. So these dudes from Brooklyn is trying to buy their drugs to supply the hood. So they go to the mafia stronghold and they purchase their drugs, but one of them turns up dead. And now there's a race to find out who did it. The Godfather's going to send in his hit squad, Squadra Assassina, to take them out. They don't figure out who did it because somebody died on his turf and he's not happy and he can't have stuff like that happening in his business. So please, if you want to show support, my Kickstarter campaign is down in the description box.
If you remember some of the liberal agenda items that actually the Trump administration has taken on, against Big Pharma, remember that fact? Trinity is against that as well. But again, this is nice to see that the Democrats are actually taking it upon themselves to implement certain policies that Secretary Trinity will promote anyway. Even though not giving them credit, we're still happy and we'll take the win.
The reason I said it's important that we should be working together on this is, first of all, it's about our children.
Oh.
It's about our health. So if we work together instead of separately, and we came together and utilize the fact that we have these common grounds, the fight would be easier to win. We can stop some of these processed foods. Secretary Kennedy already is made it illegal to put certain dyes in the food, which we know cause very serious ailments. These are things that, even though we're across the aisle, apparently, we can come together and work together. Now, me being not on either side, I guess it's easier for me to say that, but I do believe that our leaders should try to work together when there's something that they have common ground on. If you're liking the content, please like, share, subscribe. The subscription will help boost us in the algorithm. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscriptions. You get to hear this content on a daily basis. We're always saying something, dropping something new. We always got a new critical thinking perspective for you on ongoing topics. We're generally ahead of the other pundits when we're releasing our critical analysis. So if you want to hear what's going on a week or two before everybody else figures it out, you're in the right place. You need to hit that subscribe button. Dion, anything before we get out of here?
Always remember that we are the media, and so are you. So take responsibility and share this content as your own information as well as your opinion. And let's see what happens out there. Support each other as content creators.
Thank you for coming. This is Leo and Dion signing out.